was about a year's planning.
Jesus,
Yeah.
that's a lot. And what was the hardest part for you planning it?
Not being able to go ahead.
Oh yeah, apart from that bit. I mean, as in like in the logistics. That's what I meant. I mean, like without the intervention.
I
of,
think
COVID.
the main part I had involvement with is the venue.
Right.
So we had to try to find a venue first of all. So I think we had 3 places in mind. So one of them was our old stomping ground, Kew University, Kew Hall.
Jesus.
So
Oh,
that
I'm
was
not going back
one
there.
place.
I don't think I'm actually allowed back there.
So that's one
Let's go
place.
to the union.
Yeah, but you would have been allowed in Kew Hall.
I wouldn't have been allowed in the union. I'm still banned from there. I think I'm one of 3 people with a lifetime ban.
But anyway, yeah, that was one place, and then the other place was a place at my workplace that also has venues available as well. And then we ended up with a venue round the corner actually.
Yeah, the docks.
The yacht club.
Yeah, beautiful place. Yeah, I went there for a pint.
Yeah, and I think we chose this one mainly just because it's so convenient, it's just down the road.
Also, it saves you on a wedding car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Although I did still get a wedding car.
Yeah.
Where to, ma'am? Left. Right, you are. Brilliant. All right, good. And so, what was the bit that you liked the most? What was the part that surprisingly was the best bit on the day?
So, like, I guess it's a bit different for both of us because we have both different personalities. I'm more reserved and quiet, so I'm introverted as well. So I prefer. I like the intimate wedding we had, the 15 people, because I think on a wedding day, like say there was 100 people, you don't like just loads of people everywhere. You don't know everybody, but with the smaller wedding, I felt like I got to interact with people more. I was able to go table to table, sit down.
So because it was smaller, it was better.
Yeah. For me,
Really.
But then, like my wife is different.
Yeah, it was nice to have a small wedding in that sense because you do get to speak to everyone. I think in a big wedding, you probably get overwhelmed a bit and you don't get the time to get round to speak to everyone. But I like to be the centre of attention. So
a bit of pageantry goes a long way.
I probably would have loved it. So I mean, we might still have a party at some point.
Yeah, hint, guys.
Just to kind of like make up for it. But
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I want to come. Yeah, then I get to do a speech.
Yeah.
I don't like speaking too much.
But I'm waiting. I know Marlon's got plans to arrange it, so
Try to catch me on camera.
You have got plans, right?
Yeah. I guess I think you asked. I think you asked what was the hardest part. I think one of the hardest part, obviously because of COVID, we had to uninvite people to the wedding. I had to uninvite you, unfortunately.
That's alright. I was fine.
Yeah.
I was living far away anyway.
Yeah.
No, I mean I wish I'd been there.
Yeah.
Oh crap! Now I'm in trouble. I wish I'd been there, but still.
But that was the hardest part. We had to uninvite people.
Yeah.
And I guess with you had your bridesmaid bridesmaid dresses as well, didn't you?
Did you have to take them back?
I think mostly they kept their dresses
That's good.
because they were quite versatile. Like they weren't like real traditional bridesmaid dresses. They could wear them as like an evening gown as well. So
That's good.
I think they kept it. But
What colours were they?
Navy.
Oh
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with navy.
Yeah.
It's like it's the new black dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, good. Okay, so I was thinking like, so with the wedding book and stuff like that, do you still look at it from time to time, or is it just because we're talking about it now?
No, I haven't looked at it since the wedding.
Is there anything that you would have done differently?
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, because I thought you guys look great. I mean, there's a picture of you guys over sort of on the side, and yeah, you're a cute couple. Okay, good. And you're punching. Yeah. So okay. So how was it emotionally? Like on the, like did you find that it was as you might predict? Did the whole sort of I love you thing? How was it as an emotional experience?
I think it was quite emotional on the day from my point of view.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry on the day.
Sorry, that was a bit blunt.
But I definitely felt emotional walking down the aisle. But yeah, very kind of exciting and kind of like a sense of relief at being able to finally go ahead with the wedding after initially having to move everything. And yeah,
I think it was a bit nerve-wracking as well. Just as a groom, you're waiting at the altar, waiting for your wife to arrive. And then I remember, I think you was a little bit late as well. So people asked me, "Oh, where is she?" And it was just like, how do I know?
She's out the back. I don't wanna. And she's in the Thames trying to swim away.
Yeah, you've got to be a bit late.
Yeah, it's tradition. Yeah. Although, to be honest with you, everyone I've dated has always been quite late. So, you know, like, I'm just probably going to be sitting there, like, on my phone, like, better make it on time-ish. Like, you know what I'm like. Anyway, so, like, was there anything that you were worried about? What was your greatest worry, apart from it being cancelled altogether because of COVID? It's difficult because there's that COVID thing overarches everything that's negative, and not negative even, sort of anything. You know, it is the overarching fear for everybody. But you know, in terms of like, you know, like just if it had been, you know, not COVID times, what do you think in terms of that? What was your greatest fear? What was the thing you were worried about going wrong?
I don't know. I guess you want all your guests to turn up. You don't want, because the thing about it, you have to do catering and everything. You pay for each guest, so you don't want there to be people not turning up.
Yeah, that's just a height of rudeness. Yeah,
the key people. I think that's the more the fear, that the key people might not turn up. Obviously, I chose my groomsmen. I was hoping that all my groomsmen turn up. Otherwise, that's gonna mess.
I got my suit ready.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually was about to go buy a new suit for it. Okay, good. And I've done the big day.
Yeah, I think I was probably worried that the caterers might not turn up.
Yeah.
The caterers wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine? It's like, all right, guys, everyone to the bar. There's chips. There's chips, right? Yeah, we ain't got that many though, mate.
I don't know if you have this question written down, but before you even get to the big day, you have to go to like a register office, and a sort of what
you're like pre-married or something.
What do they call it again?
We have to
you have to
you basically have to declare. I forgot what it's called. Declare that you're gonna get married to the council.
Yeah, and you have to do this like 28 days before you get married.
Yeah.
Did you have a quiz just before you got married?
Yes.
Because like where they quiz you to make sure that you know each other.
Yeah.
What do they ask you?
Like her date of birth, what job she does, her name, obviously basic.
Her name.
Yeah, full name.
What, including middle names?
Yeah.
What if she got a tricky one to pronounce?
She does.
What's your middle name?
Well, I'm not going to share it here.
Oh,
but
bollocks! Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'll tell you later.
How many?
Is it
like? Is it quite sort of difficult to pronounce?
I fumbled it during the.
Well, he wasn't expecting to have to pronounce my middle names because when we went to
I fumbled her name when they
register. They weren't going to necessarily include my middle names because I hadn't put my middle names on my passport, and they go by your passport name.
Yeah.
But then my mum was able to present my original birth certificate on the day.
Oh, I bet you hated her for that.
So they were able to include middle names. So Marlon wasn't expecting them to.
Yeah. And to be honest, for the longest period, I didn't know her middle names because she said her passport doesn't have her middle names on it.
Didn't you ask?
Yeah, she said, but it's like sort of random.
Yeah, I can't remember my ex-girlfriend's middle names either. Well, I remember one of them, but yeah.
So like my name is it's Daniel, so it's like a standard name.
Easy.
Yeah, standard name to remember.
Yeah, so it's called notice. You have to give notice of marriage to the council.
You have to do this 28 days.
You have to do that all councils.
And then
they put even if you do a church wedding?
Yeah. I think it's for the council, for in general.
I think you do have to do it for a church wedding as well.
It's a lot of paperwork, isn't it?
And they put your name on a board, and if anybody objects to it, they can.
Well, that's how it works.
What do you reckon? What do you want to bet? There's some super jealous person. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over there.
No, it's okay.
What do you want to bet? There's some super jealous person just stalking up and down, like looking over those lists, being like, all right, he's not cheating on me this week.
Yeah, and you also have to pay as well.
Yeah.
How much do you have to pay? What, to be on a register?
Yeah, it's somewhere around the kind of £50.
That's not too bad.
It's not a lot of money.
Why is it paperwork?
But yeah, you do have to pay to give notice as well.
What? So you got to pay for that. Then you got to pay like sort of $5,000 for the wedding venue.
You have to pay for the registrars that come out to marry
120 quid?
No, about 400. I think it was.
400 for 20 minutes work?
Yeah, I think it was like that.
It was quite
outrageous
amount.
That's so you've already spent 450 quid just to have people officially declare that you've already declaring.
It was actually £600 for the registrars to come out.
It's
more
come
expensive
with champagne?
on a Sunday.
Wow.
We got married on a Sunday.
Oh yeah, it was more. It was cheaper on a Saturday.
£600
on a Saturday or something.
Around 500 on Saturday.
Yeah. So they're making $300 each for an hour's work.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Less than an hour's work.
Yeah, you literally stand there. On my mate's wedding, he got the woman messed the bride's name up, and afterwards she was just sitting there crying, being like, I can't believe I messed up her name, and it was just so funny because like that particular bride, Yeah, you don't mess her name up. She's one of those people. She's a former police officer. You know, like when people make you feel like you should be sitting up straight just by being in the room. She's one of those. She doesn't like me. No, actually, I'm not sure if she does. I think she's lovely myself. But yeah, anyway,
the funny thing about that process is it's sort of old school as well, because it's all about the man, isn't it? The whole process. Yeah, like it's about
Ironically, for someone who didn't organise it, they were asking you all the questions.
Well, they ask all about my dad's.
Yeah, it's all about your dad's
line.
It's all about the man's line.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have the best relationship with my dad, so they're asking me all these questions about my dad and everything.
That's quite upsetting, actually.
They're asking, obviously, with occupation, is he retired?
Although the law has recently changed. I think it was last year they changed it so that they now have to ask about the mother's line as well. Right.
They should.
They recently updated
it. It was weird. It was really weird. So I was just like, they're asking me all these questions about
what,
that.
to make sure your pedigree or something?
I don't know.
It's on the register, on the records. Yeah. It's all traditionally been the father's line. Because obviously I would take Marlon's surname. So if they were kind of to look back at records, it all goes down the marital line. So it goes down the male line. So they're not interested in my
heritage,
my maiden name. They're interested in my dad's name, because that line would have gone down to my mum. Because she would have changed her name. So that's how they connect it all.
But that would be your maiden name though, wouldn't it? Because
my maiden name is my dad's name. So that gets recorded, but they're asking questions about my dad's. So if my parents weren't married, they still want to know my dad's name.
Did you have to call your dad as well that day?
Yeah, because his details got included rather than my mum's details.
I mean, I assume that are your parents married or not? Yeah. Okay, right.
But they've recently changed. Changed that.
Lucky enough, the questions they asked me, I knew. Could you, like, if they asked me any more complicated questions, ask like his middle name.
What's her favourite colour? Fuck!
Ask like his
favourite flower? Shit! I got dumped for that one once because she said you don't even know me, and I was like, what do you mean? She said you haven't even asked me what my favourite flower was. I was 14. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, they asked like his middle name and his occupation. The only thing I couldn't answer is whether or not he's retired or not. I had to ask my mum.
Yeah, because I mean you don't know the guy.
Yeah, I know him, but I mean like. I didn't know if I knew what his occupation was. I didn't know if he was retired or not.
I mean, there must be so many sort of awkward situations where people have like ended up like a little bit, you know, like if there's like the one little. I mean, I suppose that's the point, but that's why the basic questions. But still, so moving on from that, this is the most YouTube thing we're ever going to do.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed our video. Please do like and subscribe.